Jump scare. The jump scare is perhaps the most famous and controversial trope in the horror genre. You're sitting there, watching the screen tensely, and suddenly, bam, a loud noise, a sudden movement, and suddenly you're jumping on the couch. Popcorn flying across the room. This trope works because of the element of surprise. It plays on our instincts, causing the body to instantly release adrenaline. The key to a good jump scare is perfect timing and the ability to lure the viewer into a false sense of security. The simplicity of this trope makes it universal, but in the hands of a talented director, it becomes a real weapon. Take Friday the 13th, for example. The scene where the killer suddenly bursts out of the shadows makes even the most seasoned viewers' hearts race. Or think of The Conjuring, where the clap of hands suddenly breaks the silence. Yes, jump scares are sometimes criticized for being cheap, but you have to admit, this is the easiest and surest way to make you jump on the couch and then laugh at your own reaction. Creepy atmosphere. If jump scares are a quick, visceral thrill, then creepy atmosphere is a slow, lingering feeling that envelops you until you're forced to look around. It's about dim lighting, long shadows, creaking sounds in an empty house, and unidentifiable sounds. Creepy atmosphere is the art of building dread without overt threat. Directors use everything from cool blue lighting to minimalist soundtracks to create the feeling that something is wrong. Think of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, the endless empty corridors of the Overlook Hotel, where every turn feels like a trap, or Records' cramped, dark apartments where silence suddenly explodes with sound. This trope works because it plays on our imagination. We imagine the monsters in the shadows ourselves. It's as if the film is whispering, "Run before it's too late," and you are already afraid, even if nothing happens on the screen. Haunted location. Sometimes the setting itself becomes the main villain. Abandoned mansions, old cemeteries, haunted hospitals, these locations seem to have a life of their own, filled with a dark history. A haunted place isn't just a backdrop, but a full-fledged character, terrifying by its very existence. It evokes a sense of claustrophobia, hopelessness, and the feeling that there's no escape. Think of the farmhouse in The Conjuring. Every room, every creaking floorboard hints at past tragedies. Or the house in Poltergeist, built on an old cemetery where spirits literally crawl out of the walls. These places make you feel like an intruder, intruding where you shouldn't. You just know that this house has seen death, and most likely yours will be next. This trope is so good because it makes the fear tangible. You can almost feel the dampness of the walls and the cold air on your skin. Creepy children. There's something truly terrifying about children who don't behave as they should. Their innocent faces, blank stares, or sinister smiles are a ticket to the valley of terror. Creepy kids violate our notions of purity and safety associated with childhood. They might be possessed, cursed, or just plain weird, but the effect is always the same, a chill down your spine. Think of the twins from The Shining, standing in the hallway and uttering their chilling words, "Come play with us," or Samara from The Ring, whose appearance from the TV is a nightmare you won't forget. This trope works because children are a symbol of hope, but when they become a source of terror, it breaks something deep within us. Kids are supposed to be sweet, not plotting your destruction, right? Monster design. A monster in a horror film isn't just a threat, it's a work of art. A well-designed monster can make a film iconic. Whether it's in human proportions, too many teeth, or eyes that stare straight into the soul, such creatures linger in the memory. They terrify, not only with their power, but also with their appearance. Think of Pennywise from It. His crooked grin and unnaturally bright eyes make him the embodiment of nightmares. Or the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, with his flower-like mouth that opens like a trap. Good monster design plays on our primal fears of the unknown, of what shouldn't exist. These creatures will make you double-check what's under your bed, and maybe even sleep with the lights on. Psychological horror. Psychological horror is when the fear gets right into your head. This trope isn't about monsters or gore, but about inner demons, paranoia, and the feeling that reality is slipping from under you. It forces characters and the audience to question everything they see, hear, or even think. Think of Hereditary, the story of a family disintegrating under the weight of grief and the supernatural leaves you in disarray. Or Black Swan, where Rosalie Portman's character goes crazy trying to achieve perfection. This trope works because it hits where it's most vulnerable, our mind. You start asking questions. What if this is all true? What if I'm going crazy? This isn't just a movie, it's a therapy session gone horribly, horribly wrong. Body horror. Body horror is fear that hits the physical. It's about transformations, illnesses, and bodily distortions that make you cringe and avert your gaze. This trope plays on our fear of losing control of our own bodies when they become our enemy. Think of The Fly, Jeff Goldblum's slow, sickening transformation into an insect, each stage more horrifying than the last. Or Tusk, where a man is transformed into something inhuman through a horrific operation. Body horror works because it makes fear tangible. You literally feel the discomfort as you look at the screen. After such films, you'll never look in the mirror the same way again, wondering if something about yourself has changed. Subversion of expectations. The scariest moments in horror are the ones you least expect. Subversion of expectations is when a film lures you into a sense of security, only to suddenly flip everything on its head. You think you know what's coming next, but then bam, everything you thought was true comes crashing down. Think of The Others, and that shocking family twist that changes the entire meaning of the film. Or the basement scene from Get Out, where a safe conversation turns into a nightmare. Or what about A Quiet Place, where silence becomes a trap, and every move could be your last. This trope works because it plays with your expectations, making you feel vulnerable. The scariest moments hit when you least expect them, and that's what makes them so unforgettable. Conclusion. There you have it, our tier list of 8 horror tropes that actually work, from instant jump scares to twists that defy all expectations. Each one is a tool that directors use to keep us on the edge of our seats and keep us coming back for more. Which of these tropes is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, sharing your scariest moments. The best scares are those that defy your expectations and stay with you even after the credits roll. Subscribe to explore other genres and film tropes, and let's dive into the world of cinematic nightmares together.